afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Live at 4. Charlotte Celeste is here today while Mark continues his cruising vacation. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm waiting for the Martini hour to start.
It's almost Martini hour right about now. Here come the pictures. Thanks for your help today. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good. Ready for the holidays?
As ready as I'll ever be, right? Which means we'll wait in a couple of weeks and ask me then.
Okay, will do. Here's what's making news on this Tuesday. The Brewers were winners today without throwing a single pitch. The governor signs a $500 million upgrade for their stadium.
House lawmakers press several university presidents over anti-Semitism on their schools' campuses. I'm Skyler Henry on Capitol Hill detailing the federal civil rights investigations in response.
And a train carrying holiday cheer rolls into Wisconsin.
That is a fun sight to see. Let's take a look outside this afternoon. This is a statue, a little piece of public art you may have seen if you're driving up or down Mineral Point Road in Madison.
It's a nice welcome sight.
Yes, it is.
On a gloomy day like this, right?
Warming up are the weather words. Jacob is on the weather patio with the forecast. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Susan. Temperatures later this week will be the warmest that we will likely be for a few months. I mean, there's possibilities we can get warmer, but whenever it gets up to the 50s, which we could possibly get to, you know, those 50 days are few and far between over the next couple of months. Now, here's a look at Doppler track. Not seeing anything on radar, but we are seeing plenty of cloud cover, and that has been the case for much of the day. Current temperature right now is 35 degrees. Winds are pretty calm at this hour. Looking across Dane County, mostly between 35 and 37 degrees, but other parts of our area are a bit colder. Just to the northeast in Juneau, it is around 33 degrees. So there are some areas that are close to, if not at freezing, but for the most part, our entire area is in the 30s. Winds are fairly calm at this hour, 10 miles per hour in Janesville. That is the windiest spot, so the winds aren't really a big deal. As we look throughout the evening, we'll see temperatures near freezing by around 6 p.m., and that's going to continue as we head towards the later portion of the evening. And then overnight, we'll see low temperatures in the middle 20s as we will see a little bit of a break from the cloud cover. Now, I'll talk more in detail about the warmer temperatures for the end of the week and talk about a solid chance of some rain and snow over the weekend. I'll have those details a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. First at 4, the Brewers will continue to call Milwaukee home for decades to come after a stadium deal was signed by the governor today.
This comes after months of intense negotiations, and political reporter Will Keneally has the latest.
Well, that's right. It's a good day to be a Brewers fan. The team won't be leaving anytime soon under a deal struck to help renovate the stadium with state and local funds. Now, the largest chunk will come from state taxpayers, $365 million, with the city and county of Milwaukee chipping in with an extra $135 million on top of that. The team itself will chip in around $150 million to that stadium deal.
Losing this team would have had a ripple effect felt by families and communities across the state, even far beyond Milwaukee and southeast Wisconsin. So that's why, as governor, I've been committed to do everything in my power to help ensure that future generations of fans could grow up rooting for the home team just like I did.
Now, there are two sides to this. Lawmakers say it's about keeping the team here, but also making improvements to the stadium itself. Things like winterization for the ballpark could help bring in concerts to southeastern Wisconsin. Now, 5 will have more on those economic and cultural impacts, even for someone like the governor, who's a little bit of a bobblehead collector here. And thanks, James, on our digital desk for loaning me these bobbleheads here.
He's a bobblehead collector, too, as well.
Yes.
Okay, so this whole deal was about $650 million, right?
Right.
How do we know that the money will be spent on the stadium and not on other things? Is there any concern they'll spend it for other things?
Well, that's a great question, too. It's $650 million, both the state and the team contribution. And their concerns, essentially, that why don't we use this money for fixing potholes, for example, here in Wisconsin. So that kind of harkens back to what the governor had initially done. We have a big state budget surplus, about $4 billion. The governor initially wanted to spend some of that money towards the stadium deal, but he settled on this kind of middle ground here. State contributions, though, that will be going towards the team, a good chunk of that will actually be raised through the income taxes that are raised by the player salaries when they play here.
Okay. So what's the timeline for the renovations here?
I know everybody wants to get in. We all want the Taylor Swift concert to come to Wisconsin.
Here we go.
The economic boost, right? So it won't be for a little bit yet. They're expecting to start the renovations after the 2024 season, and it will likely see some kind of impact with the 2025 season. What that'll mean for people going to like a monster truck rally or a Taylor Swift concert, there will be a small tax on what your tickets might be for these non-baseball events. For the first 8 years or so, it'll be about $2, stepping up to $4 through 2050.
All right, so stay tuned.
Exactly.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Will. A group of educators and state lawmakers have come up with a plan to help address budget shortfalls facing state colleges and affordability. They introduced the Reaching Higher for Higher Education package, saying that state funding for Wisconsin places of higher education ranks 43rd in the nation. It's a comprehensive plan that addresses tuition freezes, financial aid, and provides an additional $60 million to the UW system.
These investments will strengthen the workforce pipeline, invest in workforce development and economic development, and deepen the relationship between our communities and our public higher education institutions.
The UW system is in crisis. This is an unprecedented crisis that hasn't existed in this system probably since the system's founding in the 1970s.
The proposal also creates a panel of experts to explore a plan for higher education in Wisconsin and develop partnerships between the UW system and state technical colleges. Rising anti-Semitism on college campuses took center stage on Capitol Hill today.
Several university presidents testified before the House about how they've responded to tensions that have erupted on their campuses after October 7th terror attacks ignited a war between Hamas and Israel. Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill.
I know that I have not always gotten it right.
Harvard University President Dr. Claudine Gay faced heated questions about the line between free speech and keeping students safe.
Will admissions offers be rescinded or any disciplinary action be taken against students or applicants who say, from the river to the sea or Intifada, advocating for the murder of Jews?
That type of hateful, reckless, offensive speech is personally abhorrent to me.
What action will be taken?
When speech crosses into conduct.
The presidents of the University of Pennsylvania and MIT also testified about anti-Semitism on their campuses. The hearing comes as tensions boil over on college campuses nationwide in response to the Israel-Hamas war. Last month, for example, Penn said several staff members in campus buildings were the targets of anti-Semitic messages.
We are combating this hate on our campus with both immediate and comprehensive action.
Penn and Harvard are among a growing list of schools that include fellow Ivies, Columbia, and Cornell that are being investigated by the U.S. Department of Education over incidents of alleged discrimination. The ranking Democrat on the committee called out Republicans for trying to cut funding from the Education Department.
You can't call for action, then hamstring the agency charged with taking that action to protect students' civil rights.
While the hearing was about anti-Semitism, the school administrators said they are also working to combat rising Islamophobia on college campuses. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Other schools the Department of Education is investigating include Wellesley College in Massachusetts, Lafayette College in Pennsylvania, and Cooper Union in New York City.
An Israeli commander is calling today the heaviest day of fighting for his troops since ground operations in Gaza began. The Israeli military is moving deeper into southern Gaza. Israeli defense forces say they're trying to mitigate harm to civilians, but many Palestinians say they have no place to go and no supplies. The U.S. plans to help create a field hospital inside the Gaza Strip for wounded civilians. The White House says it's focused on humanitarian assistance and bringing the remaining hostages home.
Just this past week, we got horrible news as it dribbled in that 4 different people were dead that we hoped were still alive in Gaza, but were...
Families are pleading that the Red Cross be allowed to visit some of the 130 hostages who are still believed to be in captivity.
A very close call for police officers last night in Arlington, Virginia, near Washington, D.C. They were trying to serve a search warrant when a house suddenly exploded. Arlington police were attempting to execute the warrant after the suspect inside, 56-year-old James Wu, allegedly fired multiple rounds from a flare gun just as police approached. The powerful blast unleashed debris, including its roof and walls, from the multi-story house into the sky. Its ferocity set off car alarms with flames visible from blocks away.
I've never had a sound wave shock like that. I thought something had happened on my house.
The suspect was inside the residence at the time of the explosion, and he is presumed at this point to be deceased.
Only 3 officers suffered minor injuries, requiring no hospitalization. The ATF and FBI are both assisting the investigation.
On a lighter note, the Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railway holiday train continues to make its way through Wisconsin, spreading holiday joy.
Our Kyle Pazorski was there as the train moved through Portage today and shares how it is giving back to local communities.
The holiday train has rolled into Portage, and the crowd is really getting into it. It's all part of the push to help out local food pantries across the United States and Canada. Beginning an hour before the train arrived, people already began showing up in anticipation for the spectacle that is the Canadian Pacific Kansas City Holiday Train. The annual event put on by the rail company gets people into the holiday spirit, as well as providing help to area food banks. The stop in Portage helped out St. Vincent de Paul's and the Portage Food Pantry.
Well, I think we're very fortunate that the CP Rail can stop in Portage, and so it was very heartwarming to stand up on that stage today and see these friendly faces.
After finishing a couple more stops here in southern Wisconsin, the holiday train will next move into western Wisconsin and into Minnesota. Reporting in Portage, Kyle Pazorski, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Kyle. And those next stops tonight include Mauston, Tomah, Sparta, and La Crosse.
Yeah, you want to try to see it at night if you can.
Okay.
Because it's all lit up. It looks amazing.
Make a date.
Yes. We think about rewarding people who help us all year long, but in recent years, holiday tipping has run up against inflation, credit card debt, remote work, and a lot of other challenges. But in recent years, holiday tipping has suffered, as we were saying. More Americans face more options to tip every day. Bankrate's Ted Grossman says they seem to be drawing distinctions now with those they see more often.
Everything from complaining about the pre-entered tip screens to thinking that we're just being pressured too much and tipping has gotten out of control. I think a lot of people are separating that. Now, maybe some of it is that holiday cheer and goodwill.
The Emily Post Institute has a full list of holiday tipping recommendations on their website. It's emilypost.com. For a regular babysitter, up to 1 evening's pay. For a dog walker, up to 1 week's pay or an equivalent gift. For a barber, up to the cost of a haircut or a gift. And for a trash and recycling collector, they recommend $10 to $30 cash or a gift if that complies with your municipal rules. For a handyman, $15 to $40 or a gift. But those are just guidelines. It's the sentiment, whether cash, homemade treats, or a small card or gift, is really what matters.
There's so much.
Yes.
There's just so much out there.
And every little bit helps.
I know. Yes, it does. Well, if you were looking for a getaway to get you in the holiday spirit, you'll want to hear from Wendy Gillette next.
We'll take a look at hotels that are going all out for the holidays. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Find everything you need to get your projects done at Menards. Skill delivers power and performance with the PowerCore 20 cordless power tool system. With its advanced technology and innovative features, every Skill PowerCore 20 battery is interchangeable with every Skill 20-volt power tool. Buy the PowerCore 20-volt battery starter kit for just $99 and get one of these 6 tools for free. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Happy holidays from our Dwellings family to yours.
Happy holidays!
Change is inevitable, and it isn't always easy. But what if one phone call could help change your Medicare coverage for the better? New Medicare Advantage plans come out every single year, and 2024 plans with more benefits may be available in your zip code. Call the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Benefits Helpline to find Medicare Advantage plans with additional benefits in your area. The best time to call is right now, during the Medicare annual enrollment period. Medicare Advantage plan benefits can change each year. If you're paying more than you can afford for your healthcare costs or your coverage needs have changed, call the number on your screen now for a free Medicare benefits review. Even if you already have a Medicare plan you're satisfied with, a Medicare Advantage plan with additional benefits may be available. Anyone with Medicare should call. If there's a Medicare Advantage plan that may be a better fit for you, we can help you find it and enroll for the 2024 plan year. Call today to speak with a licensed insurance agent to discover Medicare Advantage plan options in your area. If you called last year, call again. New Medicare Advantage plans may be available that cover more than your current plan. You won't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. Call to enroll today. The deadline to change plans during the Medicare annual enrollment period is December 7th. This is one of the only times you can make changes to your Medicare coverage each year, so the time to call is now. Change can be a good thing. Enrolling in an Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plan could mean additional plan benefits or more coverage than your current plan. Call the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Benefits Helpline to enroll now before the annual enrollment period ends.
Call 800-571-2781. 800-571-2781. That's 800-571-2781. Call now.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. About half of adults in this country are experiencing loneliness in some form. And it's not just a mental health issue.
Loneliness can put people at risk for all kinds of problems, including heart issues, weakened immunity, and trouble sleeping. Dr. John LaPook shows us a program that is meant to help.
For these high school teenagers, spending the afternoon with people old enough to be their grandparents is their idea of a good time. Every Thursday, a group from the United Nations International School visits this New York City skilled nursing facility.
Okay, I got one.
For an afternoon of competition.
Wait, that's not how you spell hero.
And conversation.
Parents who want to raise the home.
It's the brainchild of 17-year-old Max Hockman, who started playing chess with his family at the age of 4.
I started thinking about it during the COVID-19 pandemic. When I heard about how my grandfather was kind of feeling lonely, I decided to just pick up the phone one day and call him and ask him to play chess online with me. I saw how that really improved his mood.
That online chess game with his grandfather in Florida has morphed into 60 students visiting 3 facilities every week.
I love all types of movies.
Much to the delight of residents like Lori James.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of talking and very little chess playing. Is that what usually happens with these things?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Because that's how you connect to one another.
Maria Alomar introduced Daria Murnia to the game of dominoes.
You said to me that the people in East Harlem, is that where you're from?
Yes.
They take dominoes very seriously.
Very seriously.
I won one game, but who's counting?
In between chess moves, Luis Sanchez and Hugo Ilmesen discovered they had both lived in Panama.
I was showing him some photos of me in Panama, and we were talking about it. We speak English, and then sometimes we'll speak Spanish.
You know, there's the desire on their end to have the connection as well. It's not just the residents wanting to connect with the youth, but the youth wanting to connect with them.
Just knowing that there's still genuine young people out there who's willing to, come and sit with us.
Gives you faith?
Yeah.
Dr. John LaPook, CBS News, New York.
The national poll on health aging finds the number of adults feeling isolated has improved from 2020, but is still higher than 2018.
Well, it is Border Battle Week for the Badger women's hockey team as they get ready to take on Minnesota starting Friday. Captain Britta Curl leads the Badgers in goals and will join Team USA later this month for the rivalry series against Canada. She spoke with sports director Zach Hanley during this week's taping of the Wisconsin Huddle about the great players who came before her.
I think the Badgers have a really rich history of some great leaders, Megan Duggan and Brianna Decker, Hillary Knight, just people like that. And it doesn't really feel real to me that, I'm mentioned in the same sentence. I don't feel like I should be, but here we are.
The Wisconsin Huddle, by the way, can be seen every Friday night, immediately following News 3 at 6 at 6:30. And if you'd like to be a part of the Wisconsin Huddle, you can stop by the Mount Horeb Buck and Honey's location Monday nights at 6.
There's a great way for you to support local establishments over the next year, and now is your time to get your hands on one in the 608. The Mad City and Rock County Cocktails passports are officially out for 2024. The group has been helping dozens of local bars, breweries, and restaurants since 2009. There are hundreds of dollars in savings for both food and drinks inside the books, which act like passports. And this year, there are some new options, including Stone Porch Ale House in Verona. This is the new business venture by the Thomas family, owners of Sugar River Pizza.
We wanted to do something a little bit different, broaden our horizons. You know, you can only come up with so many different pizzas, so needed to get our creative going, and we decided to open up a new ale house, more focused on kind of seafood-inspired pub grub.
The passports are available for purchase at all partnering locations or online. We've posted a link to them at channel3000.com. The new book is valid all year long for 2024. Wall Street closed lower today as the late 2023 rally slows. The Dow Industrials closed down almost 80 points, while the Nasdaq gained 44 and the S&P lost 2.5. Well, this time of the year, most hotels roll out lavish decorations.
And some offer extra special suites to really immerse guests in the holiday spirit. Wendy Gillette reports on a few places to find that holiday cheer.
Flip a switch to turn on the magic of Christmas inside this suite at the Hilton New York Times Square, surrounded by walls adorned with peppermints and jars full of all-you-can-eat candy, washed down with liquid treats from a hot cocoa bar. What's on TV is equally sweet after a spin at Christmas karaoke. Holiday love stories on the Hallmark Channel.
I'm going to meet his parents for the first time.
The Hallmark Channel Countdown to Christmas suite, featuring an equally decked out bathroom and bedroom, is also available at Hilton Americas Houston and Hilton Chicago.
It's truly magical. If you walk in here, you can just feel the spirit of the holidays.
Here in New York City, there's also the FAO suite at Omni Berkshire Place. It's filled with toys from nearby FAO Schwartz, including one that helps guests recreate the iconic scene from the movie Big.
Kids or kids at heart enter a monster of a room. 1,300 square feet filled with a curated collection of toys from the famous store.
This is the hardest place in New York City to leave for children. Once they come to the hotel and experience the suite, they don't want to go home.
Toy soldiers watch over fresh cookies and milk for Santa. And there's a bottle for the older set to enjoy while listening to records of Christmas classics. If a Chicago Christmas puts a fire in your heart, the 2,000 square foot presidential suite at Swiss Hotel, where we stayed for a special rate, offers 17 festive furs, styled to fit this year's holiday jewel theme.
We were looking for something that was fun and bright and colorful.
The room gets cozier to settle in for a long winter's night with a cocoa from the Build Your Own bar and view of the sparkling city. Morning brings a personal breakfast buffet for a very merry wake-up in the 41st floor perch. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Sign us up, right, Charlotte? The FAO Schwartz suite, by the way, in New York City is available all year round.
A holiday mystery is coming up.
What happened to a big Santa whose Christmas spirit was deflated by an unknown Grinch? Jeannie Mose cracks the case after Jacob's forecast.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Clean, safe, fun. I was hoping daytime care for Mom would be like that. Oh, Grace's new center is so nice. Now, caring for Mom is so much easier.
It's easier to manage my chemo side effects since a Grace Supportive Care came to see me. It was a Grace, but it wasn't hospice.
When you're ready for hospice, you want a Grace. They helped make my dad's last weeks comfortable, calm. It was beautiful.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, get a built Ford Tough F-150 with 2.9% APR financing for 72 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love.
And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Find everything you need to get your projects done at Menards. Skill delivers power and performance with the Power Core 20 cordless power tool system. With its advanced technology and innovative features, every Skill Power Core 20 battery is interchangeable with every Skill 20-volt power tool. Buy the Power Core 20-volt battery starter kit for just $99 and get one of these 6 tools for free. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Well, take a look at this. Check out what may be the only place in the world that carries on a most strange holiday tradition. In the old English town of Ottery St. Mary, they carry chariots of fire on their backs. It's something they do every year. Men, women, and children carry these flames through the streets. And why, you ask? Look at the crowd there. Well, we can't really get a good answer for that except tradition. Centuries old, they say. Residents say it can be a dangerous event, but hey, it's been done for years.
I feel like the Chariots of Fire theme needs to be part of this video, right?
Yeah, they call it Bonfire Night, and they do something similar to this in small communities all over England.
Don't try this at home. Okay.
I like how whenever there's not an answer to something, just say tradition.
It's just tradition.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, right, that's all you need to know. Oh, gosh. So it's going to get a little warmer, but not significantly warmer, right?
Just... Yeah, I mean, considering the average is in the 30s this time of year, you can say it'll be pretty well above average.
We'll
but then
be
we
in the
have
50s?
Yeah, possibly. But we also have the chance of rain over the weekend. I'll have the details coming up after the break.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meriter, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. A Medicare Advantage plan from Dean Health Plan gives you the benefits you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. Medical, hospital, and prescription drug coverage comes with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits. And extra benefits can help you save even more. Get preventive and comprehensive dental, $250 for eyewear, and $750 for hearing aids. Plus, you can save on over-the-counter health and wellness items. All this and a free fitness membership at more than 20,000 locations. Call 1-866-249-1748 now to request your free Dean Health Plan Medicare Advantage Guide. That's 1-866-249-1748. Dean Health Plan, right here with you.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya, it's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello everybody, here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the rest of the week. We're going to see those temperatures warm up for Thursday and Friday. High temperatures will be in the upper 40s, if not lower 50s. But then we have a chance of rain and snow over the weekend, and that will really cool things off for next week. And we're going to have low temperatures possibly back in the teens at times during next week. Now for tonight, we'll see low temperatures in the middle 20s. We will get some breaks from the clouds, and that will allow the temperatures to drop a little bit, but overall, not too far off from average for this time of the year. Highs tomorrow will be very similar to today. Plenty of cloud cover, highs in the upper 30s. Very small chance of a light sprinkle or shower, but likely not going to amount to much. Now, as we look at the next 10 days, 49 for a high on Thursday and then 52 for a high on Friday. But you can see how quickly those temperatures are going to drop because of that system over the weekend. And then for much of next week, we'll have those high temperatures in the middle to lower 30s with the low temperatures in the teens. Wouldn't be surprised if some areas see lows in the single digits at times next week. So the weekend system is still, there's still a bit of uncertainty with the system. Now, it will likely impact a good portion of the Midwest, but the track could move to the south a bit, and if that's the case, we won't see as much precipitation. But at this time, expect rain to move in Friday night and continue for much of Saturday, with the rain transitioning into snow at some point on Saturday, and then continuing Saturday night into early Sunday. So here's a look at future track. Not expect to see any precipitation during the day on Friday, but then Friday night, likely well past midnight, we're going to see that rain move into our area from the south-southwest, and it will be a mix of rain and snow during the day on Saturday. But then as we get towards Saturday evening and overnight, we will likely see all snow, and that will continue throughout the night Saturday into Sunday morning. So the best chance of accumulation looks to be Saturday night, and the snow looks to clear out of our area by later in the day on Sunday. Now, I'm not going to talk about specific accumulation yet because a lot can change between now and then. And as I mentioned, there is still a lot of uncertainty. Before we get to the 7 to 10 day forecast, here's a look at one of our weather photos of the day. This was sent in by Kathy from Janesville. I love the pictures of the Christmas lights and snow. I feel like Christmas lights and snow just go well together. So thank you, Kathy, for submitting your photo. Now here's a look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. As I mentioned, after that rain and snow over the weekend, we are going to see the temperatures drop, and they're going to stay pretty cold for much of next week, especially for Wednesday and Thursday, as those low temperatures will likely drop into the teens. But it does look to be fairly dry. We could see some flurries on Monday and then another chance of flurries on Friday. But outside of the weekend, we're not expect to see a lot of precipitation through this Friday and then from Monday through Friday of next week. So I advise everyone to stay tuned about the system over the weekend because a lot can still change between now and then. But once again, best chance of that snow accumulation will be Saturday night into Sunday. So at least it's happening, you know, a few weeks before Christmas. It's still possible we could have another system on Christmas. Unsure about that at this point. But yeah, this could possibly be, you know, the most snow we've seen so far this year, but I still don't expect us to see, you know, a significant amount. I would say at most, I'd probably say around 3 to 5 right now, but again, I'm still hesitant to talk about accumulation because a lot can change between now
it's
and
only
then.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, you keep us posted.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you, Jacob. Well, a Christmas caper is going down in Lexington, Kentucky.
A man is looking for the person who may or may not have shot his inflatable Saint Nick, but it's also possible Santa popped himself.
Here's CNN's Jeannie Mose with this holiday whodunit.
Santa is known for using a sleigh.
Oh!
But could this have been an attempt to slay Santa instead of singing about him?
Santa Claus is coming.
Did someone try to zing him? Donald Nelson heard a noise outside his Lexington, Kentucky home the other night.
Kind of like a small bang or whatever.
Nelson checked his surveillance video, which showed a car going by, a popping sound, and then Santa deflating. Was this a drive-by shooting similar to when Frosty the Snowman was attacked by a masked man who jumped out of a pickup and slashed Frosty back in 2016 in St. Louis?
It's just mean-spirited. I mean, it's silly vandalism.
But to try to take out Santa seems even worse.
Santa! Oh my God!
No wonder Santa's owner was mad.
Discharging a firearm at someone's home.
But there's a plot twist. Lexington police tell CNN all possibilities are being looked into, even possibly overinflation, meaning Santa may have popped himself. Whatever happened left Santa with an 18-inch hole that neighbors offered to help sew up. Next thing you know, Santa will be arming himself. For $93, you can get a 6-foot Santa dressed in camo with a sack of presents in one hand and a gun in the other. Looking ready to hunt reindeer rather than drive them. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
I have no idea who done it.
Nope, me neither. You think he popped himself?
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. We need a professional popper to get involved in all of this.
We'll keep you posted.
All right. Next, best buys for December with Consumer Reports.
And then coming up next hour at 5, our Jalen Banks sits down with the family of a former Wanakee football star to hear how Reed Ryan is still changing lives. That's coming up at 5.
Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meat.
Garage doors always seem to break at the worst time. That's why here at Precision, we're never going to charge you extra for nights and weekends.
We always offer same-day repairs or next-day new doors. That's the Precision promise.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower-than-low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
New at 5, a former Wanakee football star passes away at the age of 22. News 3 Now sits down with his family. Hear how Reed Ryan is still changing lives.
There'll be a slight chance of a rain or snow shower Wednesday afternoon, but Thursday and Friday will be dry and milder. A weather system over the weekend will turn temperatures colder and bring some rain and snow. My first warn forecast at 5.
Tonight at 6, we're here in Portage as the holiday train makes its way through Wisconsin. Details on how it's helping out families through food banks across the United States. That's tonight at 6.
And we are giving the weather satellite a spin today. We're ending up in Salt Lake City with 52 degrees.
Beautiful day there.
That looks sunny. Doesn't look real, does it?
No, it doesn't. I'm sure they're snowing. They're skiing in the mountains. Well, did you all miss out on those Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals?
Well, worry not. Shane Hogan reports that Consumer Reports shows December is packed with seasonal sales to help you pick a gift for everyone on your list.
'Tis the season to cash in on last-minute holiday sales. Consumer Reports tracked 34 products that typically go on sale in December, including popular gift items like headphones, TVs, and coffee makers. Here are the top products to look out for in this month's Best Time to Buy.
Although Black Friday and Cyber Monday are over, you can still get great prices all the way in December as retailers run special promotions and holiday sales all month long.
Get out the extra large roll of wrapping paper for this 65-inch Hisense LCD 4K TV. It's as low as $498 at Amazon and Walmart. CR says this LCD 4K TV's overall picture quality performed well in its tests. Next, a gift for the music lover who wants top-notch quality while they're on the go. These Sony headphones are as low as $239.99 at Walmart. These noise-canceling wireless earbuds are at the top of CR's ratings, acing its tests for sound quality and noise reduction. And a gift for the coffee lover who likes to mix it up. This Ninja specialty coffee maker is as low as $79.99 at Ninja Kitchen. CR says this is one of the most versatile coffee makers in its tests. And no matter what kind of party you're invited to this holiday season, show up with a thoughtful gift for the host with the most.
Bringing a gift for the host will always be appreciated. These spectacular chocolates are sure to make a good impression.
This 6-piece bonbon box from Stick With Me Sweets is $28. CR says not only is the packaging beautiful, the glossy, colorful domes of chocolate have unique and delicious flavors. Have a safe, enjoyable, and stress-free holiday. This is Shane Hogan.
Something else this holiday season, Consumer Reports says to keep an eye out for deals on cameras, cookware, fitness trackers, laptops, tablets, and many more items all month long.
When we come back, respiratory illnesses continue to rise.
And Dr. Jeff Pothoff is in our green room with suggestions on what you can do to avoid them, and if you should get sick, how to treat yourself.
Welcome into your holiday Midwest Money Minute here at Midwest Financial Group with Matt Kuplin in his office. Now, let's look back at the last 12 months. So much has gone on for you. What are you most grateful for this holiday season?
Well, it's been an amazing year. We've grown the firm. I authored a book, co-authored a book. Yeah, that was really cool. But honestly, it's seeing our clients achieve those goals, those dreams that they set out, because this is the time of year where you hear about it, right? It kind of comes to fruition. People are thankful.
And these are ideas that you have heard about years before in the client's initial meeting, and then you get the backstory and you like the fruit of the labor.
We start every meeting asking what's important to them, what do they want to accomplish, what do they think is unachievable almost. And then we develop a plan and we put it into action, and then eventually that plan comes back and you get postcards from vacations, you get, new pictures of new graduates, all these things that people want to achieve.
All right, do you have big dreams? I mean, come on, he's in a book. He knows what he's talking about. He's Matt Kuplin with Midwest Financial Group. Great stocking stuffer idea, I'm just saying.
I've had some incredible adventures this year with my family, and I'm really grateful for all the time we've spent out in the great wilds of America.
I'm thankful for my wife who lets me be the person that I am, and I'm grateful that I have wonderful children.
So this year I'm thankful for my family.
I am new to the Midwest Financial family, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity to not only serve the local community, but then also provide for my family of 6.
I'm grateful for these cookies that we have every day that I don't have to bake. From Midwest Financial Group,
You're buzzed into Madison.
At Bergstrom Automotive, we have a non-commissioned sales team, which is a polite way to say we don't really care whether you buy a practical Equinox, the rugged Silverado, or the speedy new Corvette. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. At Bergstrom Automotive, you can say yes to the vehicle of your dreams without hidden fees waiting to devour you. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom for the yes.
When an inexperienced Whole Foods driver tipped his truck over while pulling off the interstate to take a break, a bus carrying a high school band ran into the overturned semi. The crash killed 5 people and injured dozens of others. 2 of the victims' families hired Habish, and Rotier. The settlements they received totaled over $4.5 million. And the skill expended by the Habish team is head and shoulders above one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, and Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
It's time now for your first warned traffic. Looking across Madison, Beltline fairly good. There is a small slowdown on the eastbound as you approach the 51. Interstate is good. There is a slowdown on the 151 westbound as you head towards Verona with speeds under 15 miles per hour. And looking closely at the downtown Madison area, John Nolan Drive down to 15 miles per hour. Also, a few streets leaving campus are down to below 15 miles per hour. So there are a few slowdowns, but nothing dramatic at this hour. So looking at specifically at the times, small slowdown on the eastbound Beltline, but the westbound Beltline is good, and also Sun Prairie to downtown is green at this hour. And that's your first warned traffic. Back to you guys at the couch.
This week is National Influenza Vaccination Week.
Boy, timing is everything, right?
Is.
Wisconsin is currently seeing moderate levels of respiratory and flu-like illnesses. That's according to the latest Department of Health Services report that was issued last week.
The report shows flu, COVID, and RSV are all continuing to rise. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff is here for his weekly visit.
Hi, Dr. Pothoff.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
We're all healthy right now.
Well, there you go.
That's great. So what is going on here? Everything seems to be stirring up.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise. So typically every year around this time we hit respiratory season, and we are in it now. So the last many weeks we've been talking about, you know, get those vaccines so you don't get so sick. Now you're a little bit behind the 8 ball if you didn't get that, because influenza, RSV, COVID, they're all on the increase.
Is it important to know what you have? Like, do you need to test to say, okay, this is COVID and not flu, or is the recommendation the same for all these respiratory viruses? Just stay at home and stay away from your coworkers and friends.
Yeah, that's a great question. All of us want to know what we have, but it probably doesn't matter most of the time. Certainly if you're not so ill that you need to come to a hospital, you're not worried about being admitted to the hospital, but you're just trying to get through it, it's all the same stuff for these things. You know, stay hydrated, Tylenol, ibuprofen for the fever, cover your cough, don't make anyone else sick, and it doesn't matter that much what you have. Now, the difference can be with COVID, we encourage people to get tested because there's more treatment out there for that. So especially if you've got some risk factors, there's Paxlovid, we like to get people on that. But whether you got the common cold, lots of times even if you have influenza, it doesn't matter, just take care of yourself. If you end up coming to the hospital, oftentimes we'll test because that kind of determines what we do. But for most people, not that important to know which one it is.
At what point do you recommend people should go to the hospital?
Yeah, so for a lot of these respiratory illnesses, it's when you're thinking, boy, I'm really having a tough time breathing. When that starts to happen, then you know, we want you to get in, get checked out, make sure that you know, you're not getting so sick where we need to support you, say with oxygen or something like that, bring you in the hospital.
The flu is a little late this year, isn't it?
A little bit, although I think if you were to go back like the last 10 years, there's a little bit of like variation on when it starts to hit. But yeah, to see it hit in December now, a little bit later than say other years in recent past.
So my mom was saying that she has, we have a lot of relatives in the Philippines and in China who are now afflicted with walking pneumonia that apparently is resistant to medication.
Yeah, usually
Is that
not.
coming this way?
Well, it's here. So this walking pneumonia, you're hearing about in China and Denmark, and we're seeing it in Ohio and Massachusetts. It sounds scary. Some people call it like white lung disease. It's actually mycoplasma pneumonia, which has been around for forever. And the interesting thing about this is we'll go like 3, 4, 5, 6 years with not very many cases, and then it'll spike for a year or two. So we think that's what we're seeing, is we're probably hitting a spike year of mycoplasma, probably also accentuated by people during the COVID pandemic. Didn't get very much of it, so more people are primed to get it. For the most part, it causes cough, fevers, a lot of fatigue, affects kids more often than adults, and it goes on for a long time. So it feels like a cold, except for now you're coughing, you got fevers, you know, on to day 6, 7, 8, and you can treat it with antibiotics. Usually it is susceptible to antibiotics. There's some cases that are not, but that's the exception, not the norm.
And all of these things are contagious, right?
Yes,
so you
unfortunately.
You have to be careful being around other people.
Yep, you gotta be careful around other people, wash your hands, cover your cough, but the big thing is like if you're sick, don't go to your holiday party next week. Like stay home, because you're gonna get everyone else sick.
So we kind of have to think again about like COVID. Remember when it's like you had a sniffle, you're not going anywhere. So it'd be smart to kind of play by that rule book.
Smart and courteous, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't want to be that person that made the whole office sick.
And you could still get a flu shot? It's not too late?
Absolutely. You should get your flu shot. You know, you might get influenza between the time you get the immunity, but you might not. So getting it is definitely a safe bet.
Okay. Thank you very
Happy
much.
holidays. Hang in there, everybody. Thanks, Dr. Potoff. We'll see you next week.
You bet.
We'll be right back.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance.
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
There's no place like home for the holidays, but it isn't quite the same when your house is cold and drafty. We want everyone to have the gift of a warm and comfortable home. So we're bringing back our best offer of the year for the holidays. But you have to call us before December 31st. So give yourself the gift that keeps on giving, because you keep saving. Stop freezing and start saving.
USA Insulation.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, get a built Ford Tough F-150 with 2.9% APR financing for 72 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance.
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Help a lot of other people. It's like, that's a no-brainer. That's exactly what he'd want.
New at 5, a former Wanakee football star passes away at age 22. News 3 Now sits down with his family. Hear how Reed Ryan is still changing lives. That's coming up next.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now.
Here's a final look at your forecast. Temperatures are going to warm up for the rest of the work week. Highs will be near 50 on Thursday. Could possibly get into the lower to middle 50s Friday. And then we have a chance of rain beginning Friday night, and rain and snow will continue for Saturday. And some of that rain and snow will transition into snow for Saturday night. And it does look like we could see some accumulation Saturday night into Sunday. Temperatures will also fall after the precipitation, with highs in the 30s for much of next week. And at some points, we could see low temperatures back in the teens. And other than that system over the weekend, we are looking fairly dry for the rest of this week and after the system next week.
All right, thank you very much, Jacob. Tomorrow and live at 4, Lisa Briggs will be answering your plant questions.
And we have the strange story of some Florida chickens that froze in place for 5 minutes. Now, we may have an explanation, or we may not. Coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Where do you get your important information? Do you trust your neighbor? Your community newsletter? What about your friends? The opinions of those we trust are important to consider. But when it comes to Medicare, everyone's needs are different. So it's important to find the coverage that best fits you. Make sure you're speaking to a Medicare professional like the licensed insurance agents at Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. With one call to Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, we can help you find a Medicare Advantage plan with additional benefits that could save you money and that lets you keep your doctors. With just your zip code, we can find plans in your area with the benefits you need at a cost you can afford. You may even be able to get a Medicare Advantage plan that includes many of the additional benefits that you want. But you don't get these plans automatically. Call now to find out what your friends, family, and neighbors have been talking about. You might be surprised by what you hear. The Medicare annual enrollment period is right now, and you may be eligible for a plan today. Don't wait. Call now. You only have a limited time to explore these Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield plans and make changes. New plans are available every year, so even if you're content with your current plan or you called last year, there may be a new 2024 plan available with additional benefits you haven't even heard about yet. The call is free and there's no obligation to enroll. Over 32 million people already have a Medicare Advantage plan. Call to find out what they're talking about. When it comes to your Medicare coverage, don't just overhear it. Hear it straight from the trusted, licensed agents at Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. The Medicare annual enrollment period is right now, and you may be eligible for a plan today.
Call 800-604-0536. That's 800-604-0536. 800-604-0536.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, here's a rare opportunity for fans of Santa or the post office.
Airbnb is giving one family the opportunity to spend 3 nights at Santa's cabin in Finland and the world's official Santa Claus post office. The Northern Finland post office receives over 30,000 letters every day from all over the world. The lucky 4 guests will be given a crash course on elfing and will work with other elves helping to sort through all of the mail, and they'll also be treated to a traditional Finnish meal. They'll go snowmobiling, see the Northern Lights, hopefully, and experience a traditional Finnish sauna. This one-time stay is for 3 nights from December 18th to the 21st. Guests can request to book on airbnb.com/Santa starting this Monday.
That's a pretty cool opportunity.
Would your boys be interested?
Yeah, they would just want the sauna.
And the elfing.
Possibly, yep. Yep, no work though.
That'll do it for us today at 4, everybody. Thanks for watching. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.